Remember those chilly spring mornings in rec soccer when it's 35 and seniors?
We are starting off with the senior celebration here. John's on
We
the
are
mic.
proud to introduce our soccer seniors, members of the Pioneer High School class of 2024. First up, Darren McDaniel. Darren's parents are escorting her, Andrea McDaniel, Dave McDaniel, and her brother Devin. Darren will be attending Western Michigan University next year to study nutrition. Her favorite Pioneer soccer memories are team bus rides and team dinners. Darren McDaniel. And now Zoe Willison. Zoe's parents are Bethany Willison and Mike Farmer. They're here with her along with brother Cam Willison. Zoe will be attending either Allegheny College or someplace called the University of Michigan. Zoe will be playing soccer if she chooses Allegheny, and her favorite soccer memory is beating Skyline her junior year. Zoe Willison. And that's Lydia Bezold. Lydia is being escorted by her parents Chris and Brian, as well as her brother Dean. Lydia will be attending the University of Miami next year and majoring in exercise physiology. Lydia has advice to the younger Pioneer women's soccer players. Participate in everything and savor every moment because it really goes by fast. It's Lydia Bezold. And now Jessica Gia. Jessica's mom, Ian, is with her tonight. Jess will be studying engineering at the University of Michigan next year. One piece of advice she has for younger players, always warm up and cool down properly before and after playing soccer because feeling sore or getting injured really stinks. Quote unquote, Jessica Gia. And now Aubrey Baumhofer. One moment. Aubrey's mom and dad, Joe and Brian, are at senior night with her tonight. She's going to attend Auburn University next year to study mechanical engineering. Her favorite memory, being on the bus rides with everyone and the yearly Washtenaw dairy trips. Sounds good. Aubrey Baumhofer. And now, Mariam Yansain. Mariam's mom, Fatimata, is with her tonight. Unfortunately, her dad, Sori, is traveling, but is here in spirit. Her brothers, Sori and Junior, are both with her, too. She'll be attending DePaul University next year to study biochemistry. Her favorite memory is playing goalie for a game freshman year. Her advice, have fun and don't take everything to heart. Mariam Yansain. And now Bella Zamora. Bella's mom Melissa, her dad Andy, and sister Emily are all with her tonight. She will be attending the University of Michigan to study engineering next year. Her favorite memory is the bus ride back from not just any place, but from Adrian this season. That must have been a special one. Bella Zamora. players and folks, turn and face. We want to thank you for all you have given to the team. We're proud of your work on and off the field, and we wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. You're certainly going wide and far into great places.
So they get a lovely photo of all the seniors. Always, again, as John said, a bittersweet day knowing that you don't get to see these folks play in Pioneer Purple that much longer. But you know they will go on to do amazing, wonderful things.
Pioneer High School seniors.
Very grateful for all their time at Pioneer, and very grateful for all their hard work and their wonderful being wonderful teammates and more. So they are getting, again, some photos taken with all the family, as we are going to have the game, the varsity game versus Mercy. Now, Pioneer does end up on starting the playoffs. That's going to be Wednesday at 5:30 here. Unfortunately, we are contracted. We agreed to do a different game before the playoffs were ever scheduled, so we will not be able to be here. It will be on Pioneer's NFHS network channel, so it should be on there. So check that out. That does require a subscription, though. So if you want to watch, check out the NFHS network and get a subscription. Otherwise, come here. Make sure you're here 5:30, as Pioneer will start off versus Huron. So good time to make sure to get over here and watch Pioneer try and advance in the playoffs versus their arch rivals. So check that out. We have about 19 minutes before we get going. As I do want to talk a little bit about both of these teams. Pioneer, here we go. Pioneer is 11-4-1, coming off of a tough game versus Dexter, a game that Pioneer had a big win versus Skyline the game before, and Pioneer got the lead versus Dexter 1-0, and then Dexter came back, got it tied up in the middle of the second, and then with very little time left, just trying to clear the ball. The goalie, Pioneer goalie, sent it, and it ended up in the hands of a forward of Dexter. They won 2-1. So Pioneer 11-4-1, having beaten Jackson, Adrian, Birmingham, Seaholm, Chelsea, and Dexter earlier in this season. They had their 3 of their 4 losses were April 13th, they lost to Canton. April 16th, they lost to Skyline. April 18th, they lost to Saline. Then they won all the way right through their last game, beating Ypsilanti, Lincoln, Huron, Monroe, Temperance, Bedford, Trenton, and then a draw versus Saline. They beat Skyline 1-0. That was another game where the ball just ended up the goalie trying to clear it, went off the back of a defender right to a Pioneer player. So, the karma in soccer is sometimes things happen that giveth and taketh away. Taking a look over at Mercy, they are 8-4-5 on the season. They had a draw starting off versus Warren Regina. That was 0-0. They had a draw versus Troy Athens 0-0, or excuse me, 1-1 back on April 11th. On April 13th, they fell to Pontiac Notre Dame Prep 1-0. They had a 0-0 game on the 18th versus Marion. So Marion and Mercy. No score made in that game. On the 18th, it was Mercy being Detroit Country Day 1-0. On the 20th, Oxford and Mercy ended up knotted up at 2-2. Mercy beat Cransbrook Kingswood 1-0 on the 23rd. Bloomfield Hills beat Mercy 2-0 on the 25th of April. On the 27th, they beat Dexter 4-0, and then Traverse City Central beat Mercy 2-1. On the 30th, it was Mercy 6, Father Gabriel Richard nothing. They started off, by the way, March 21st. That ended up in a weird order. Notre Dame Prep, that was a 1-1 game there, so another draw. Into May, on May 4th, Brighton beat them 1-0. They did beat Divine Child 2-0 on the 7th. They beat Berkeley 4-1 on the 11th. On the 16th, they shut out Warren Regina 1-0. And then their last game was back on the 18th as they beat Cranbrook Kingswood 3-1. So 8 wins, 4 losses, and 5 ties here for Mercy as getting ready to get things going here. So the senior celebration has happened. They're going to get warmed up now. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA. We'll play a little music, and then we'll have your final regular season game for Pioneer Women's Soccer. I can't believe we're already into the playoffs. Lots are going on, by the way, on the 22nd, as Pioneer men's lacrosse will be out at 7 o'clock over in Brighton, I believe, they won their first playoff game here at Pioneer, so they're going to be playing at Brighton at 7 o'clock on the 22nd. Again, Pioneer Women's Soccer starts their playoff run with Huron on the 22nd here at 5:30 at Hallway Field, and then we'll be with AFC Ann Arbor over at Concordia at 6 o'clock, as we contracted to do that before we knew the playoff schedule. So let's play a few messages from the MHSA and be right back for your kickoff here at Hallway Field.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the Health and Safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
its athletics department, and its women's soccer program are pleased to welcome the players, coaches, parents, students, alumni, and fans to Detroit Mercy tonight's game against your Ann Arbor Pioneers. First, let's meet the participants for Mercy. Number 0, Ellie Boris. Number 1, Ainsley Henderson. Number 3, Miles Goins. Number 6, Madison Linton. Number 7, Elizabeth Stahalik. Number 8, Ariel Atu. Number 9, Brianna Nickball. Number 10, Ruby Tolbauer. Number 13, not 14, but number 13, Leah Reeves. Number 15, Audrey Bayat. Number 16, Luan Abraham. Number 17, Sophia Finelli. Number 18, Madeline Rates. Number 19, Lauren Gong. Number 21, Addison Servinen. Number 22, Bryn Reichert. Number 23 added to your program, Katie Hastings. Number 25, Morgan West. And number 26, Jacqueline Lavaseur. The head coach of Mercy, Tom James, assisted by Tanya Macios and Chloe Russo. Oh yeah, now your Pioneers, here they are. Number 2, Zoe Williston. Number 4, Emerson Marion. Number 5, Marion Yansane. Number 6, Lydia Bezo. Number 7, Lucinda Dubini. Number 8, Hadley Byan. Number 9, Sophia Ortega. Number 10, Sadie Wilkin. Number 11, Maya Borgstorff. Number 12, Jillian Haley. Number 14, Ava Fortini. Number 15 is Quincy Bean. Number 16, Aubrey Baumhofer. Number 17, Izzy McEwen. Number 19, Bella Shemke. Number 20, Georgia Wilhelm. Number 22 is Bella Zamora. Number 23, Darren McDaniel. 25, Jessa Leonard. Number 28, Lane Templeton. Number 29, Jessica Gia. Number 31, Millie Sandstrom. Number 32, Meg Nicodemus. And number 52, Molly Burke. The head coach of Pioneers, Andy Irvine. He's assisted by John Summerly, Justine Rankin, and Mark Smith. The third team on the field tonight are officials. The assistant referees are Akmar El Jamal and Brad Nevin. And the man in the middle, the referee, Jason Cross. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise now, remove all caps, for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
As we're getting set for the final regular season game of the Pioneer Women's Soccer season, as again it is, as we pull this out, Mercy 8-4-5 versus Pioneer 11-4-1 on the season. And there's some dark clouds across the way, but according to the radar, we should be all right. So we're going to hope that we don't run into the same fun, inclement weather we had yesterday. Pioneer is in their home purple kits with the white numbers on the back, numbers in white on the front with the P for Pioneer on the upper left shoulder. Mercy is in their white kits with the numbers in maroon outlined by yellow. Mercy in black lettering on the front with the number on the front as well. Templeton set right at center to get things going. McDaniel over on the near wing. Joined over there by Wilhelm. Over on the far wing is Wilkins. Joined over there by Borsdorf. Here comes Mercy out onto the pitch. Templeton set to get things going. 40 minutes up on the clock. Pioneer will be live here starting off the playoffs Wednesday, 5:30 versus Huron. We will not have that broadcast bill. Will be on the NFHS network if you have a subscription. Mercy pulls it into the attacking third, racing down on the far wing, trying to get across. Yan Singh knocking that away, and that fired by Beazle all the way out the far touchline. It's back over there, Eto, trying to get across. That will be a throw-in on the far touchline there for Mercy. As they get it in, Borsdorf battling back there, trying to get it away. Reeves over there. Ball right there is Cervena had it. That will be Pioneer's ball. Beazle will take it back on the edge of the middle third for the free kick. Feeds it over onto the near wing. That grab by Williston. Williston back over to Gia. Back to Williston on the near touchline. Williston trying to make a nifty move, trying to get around over there. Cervena. Battle for it on the near touchline. Williston trying to poke that away, and a whistle. That's going to be Pioneer's ball as Abraha trying to get that away, but that'll be a free kick as Gia will move it over. Beazle gets it set. It's about 4 yards away from midfield. Beazle back. She puts her right foot into it. That bounces down into the attacking third, trying to move it over Templeton. Templeton trying to get it over. McDaniel has it now coming in, trying to poke that away as Wilhelm. Williston trying to battle with it, trying to get that away from Abraha. That's a shot top of the 18, now moved over. Controlled by Mercy as they send it up the near touchline. They get it over to Cervena. Cervena battling Williston on the near touchline. Gets that to the edge of the middle third. Zamora sends it back towards midfield. Now Jan Sain over to Beazle. Beazle over to Gia. Gia dribbles to her right, trying to get it over. Zamora was drifting the other direction. Then over to Jan Sain. Jan Sain battles. That slips back over to Abrea. Abrea launches it down onto the far wing. So that is going to be a whistle, and that is going to be Pioneer ball on an offside. Or no, excuse me, that's a free kick. Right at midfield for Mercy is taking that is going to be Guyot. So Guyot gets back, gets a little room to work. 37 minutes, 25 seconds left to go here in the first, scoreless so far. Right hand raised, now right foot into it by Guyot. Right on the edge of the 18, headed up by Gia. Now played over, out, and that will go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Mercy as they have it deep in the attacking third. Headed up over, and then that launched out. That is going to be a corner for Mercy. As coming over to take it is Mika. Mika gets it set. As the wind really started to pick up and shift directions now. Blowing from right to left. Left hand raised, that arced up, over, headed down. Trying to bring it out is Wilhelm back into the 18 and then blasted by Beazle. All the way back as that's going to go into the defensive third for Mercy. Racing back, Templeton trying to provide pressure as that's sent down the pitch. As that's moved over by Boris. Quick throw in by Williston back. Williston pops it up high. That headed over onto the near wing. McDaniel trying to get to it and that just out of her reach. That's going to be a throw-in on the near touchline. That's for Guyot. The throw in on the near touchline. Guyot trying to get it in. Play down Wilhelm. That's sent. Moved over by Abreja. Ito sends it all the way down onto the far wing. Wilkins sends it out the far touchline there. Throw in coming for Linton. Linton with a quick throw in. Beazle with the challenge. That goes out the far touchline. Another throw in right in front of the Pioneer bench. As Linton with the throw in there. Linton getting it over to Ito. That goes out. That'll be a throw in over there by Jan Sain. Gets it in. Borsdorf battling on the far touchline. Borsdorf comes away with it. Borsdorf trying to get up the far touchline. Knocked away. Ito had it. Now Jan Sain battling. Coming back to Borsdorf. Borsdorf into the middle third. Borsdorf over to Wilhelm, who loses an edge and goes down right between the legs of Guyot. She's slow to get up as Guyot is in some pain. That rolls all the way down into the far corner. Abrea has it. Abrea on that far touchline. It's good to see Abrea up. Battle for it over onto that far wing. Good job by the Pioneer faithful to give a little round of applause. Now another injured player, Jan Sain, back there. So stopping the clock for an injury. Jan Sain able to get up. She's limping. She is toughing it out, getting it over to the bench. Ball set back as that's fired towards. As that's flipped over, so it is Daly in between the posts for Pioneer. Back to boot it away. As that arced all the way down by West. Right in midfield as Mika got tangled up. That's going to be a free kick for Mercy. As West back. West gets a little room to work. Now comes up. Launches it down towards the 18. That bounces and grabbed by Daly. Daly has it in the 18. She comes out to the edge of the 18. Daly kicks it and arcs it down the pitch, trying to get it over to Borsdorf. That knocked down. Borsdorf trying to battle. Now moved over by Zamora. Wilhelm gets it over to Williston. Williston up the near side of the pitch. One touch by McDaniel. Give and go. McDaniel coming down the near touchline. McDaniel racing ahead. McDaniel trying to fire it as that's tipped by Templeton over. And Wilkins trying to get to it and diving on it as Boris in the 18. Opportunity for Pioneer, but an excellent job by Boris to fall down on it and cover that up is 32 minutes, 30 seconds before halftime. Played down by Beazle. Beazle trying to chip it over onto the near wing. That corralled by Mercy. Trying to turn on it is Cervena. Cervena has that poked away. Now launched all the way down on the near wing. Beazle has it in the middle third. Beazle trying to get it through traffic. That's sent right back to center. Now Mika coming up. Mika trying to dribble through traffic. That tipped back by Gia over onto the far wing. Controlled over there by Ito. Ito trying to move it up. Mercy sends it down onto the near wing to Cervena. Cervena tips it. Now racing over. Here comes Ito. Does that sent out the near touchline? That'll be a throw-in here for Mercy. So they'll have it deep in the attacking third. Ball set is got with the throw-in, headed down by Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to get it, that all the way back. Now sent forward, tipped. Borsdorf trying to pull that away, but Abrea has it. Back into the middle third, controlled. Templeton chips it over onto the far wing, over for Wilkins. Wilkins sends it down the far touchline. That pulled ahead. Here comes Pioneer battling as Marion got tied up on the far touchline, pulled back away, coming the other direction with it is Linton. Launched all the way down into the Pioneer defensive third. Racing back, trying to get to it is Ito. Ito into the far corner. Marion trying to chip it out. I think that went off of Ito. So good job by Marion to force a goal kick. 30 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the first. Daly gets it set on the 6. Daly over to Gia. Gia brings it up the near wing, gets it over to Williston. Williston on the near touchline. Williston ahead to McDaniel. McDaniel over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm arcs it ahead. That headed down. Here comes McDaniel racing down the near touchline, and that will go out the near touchline. So that went off of a Mercy player. Played down over there. Templeton trying to get to it. Is that out the near touchline again? There'll be a throw, and McDaniel has it there. McDaniel's going to leave it for Williston for the throw-in on the near touchline. About halfway in the attacking third. Trying to launch it over to Templeton. Back to Williston. Over to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to get it on the edge of the 18. Templeton pops it up high. Now Wilkins trying to grab it. That ball still loose in the 18. Headed down. Templeton trying to get to it. Now that cleared all the way back to the top of the attacking third. Zamora feeds it, but that kicked right back into the middle third. Played down with it over onto the far wing. Mika trying to get to it. That ball will go out the far touchline. There'll be a throw-in for Pioneer. Marion with the throw-in. Marion trying to get it over to Borsdorf. That goes out the far touchline. There'll be a throw-in by Mercy. Tipped down there by Ito. Now move back. McDaniel trying to get to it. Battle back there with Guyot. Guyot. And went off of Zamora down on the far touchline. Good job to hold it in there by Wilkins. She ends up down on the pitch. There's a whistle. That's going to be Pioneer with the ball with the free kick. 28 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in the first as Beazle gets it set on that far touchline. Beazle gets a little room to work, gets back. Now moves it over to Gia. Gia just over midfield, coming through the middle third. Gia over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm, that's stolen away by Guyot. Guyot launches it ahead. Gia right at midfield. Gia over to Williston. Williston up the near touchline. Williston trying to get it over to McDaniel. McDaniel racing. McDaniel trying to get to it. That tipped out the near touchline by Guyot. That'll be a throw-in by Williston. Williston has it on that near touchline. Williston with the throw-in, chipped right back over to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to move it over. Guyot gets it back over top of the middle third. Played down. Zamora trying to get to it. That goes out the near touchline. Last touch by Pioneer. Guyot has it on the near touchline. Is going. going, and Stahalik. That ball goes out the near touchline, but a whistle that'll come back. Williston with the throw in on the near touchline. In over to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to move it over to Borsdorf. Back to McDaniel. McDaniel moving it ahead over to Templeton. Templeton trying to use her bye to protect that. Stolen away. Moved over onto the near wing by Stahalik. And we'll go out the near touchline. Throw in by Abrea. Play down, chipped up all the way back. Gia plays it off the body. And it's sent out the near touchline. Quick throw in there by Guyot. Guyot. Played back off of Cervena. Cervena. Chipped ahead by Pioneer. Here comes Templeton. Templeton moves it down over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf racing down the near wing. Borsdorf makes it. Flips over. And Wilkins trying to move it down all the way on the far wing. There's a shot. Tipped. Oh, it goes out just to the near side of the near post. Beautiful arcing shot over there by Marion. And that's going to force a corner. So Pioneer with a corner here. Big set piece. Wilhelm to take the corner. Georgia Wilhelm gets set. Raises both hands. That's sent up high. Headed back by Wilkins. That will go out the end line. That will be a goal kick for Mercy. Scoreless here as we are approaching the 25-minute mark. 25 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the first. 0-0. As Boris has it back for the goal kick. Boris. Kind of a low line drive kick. Zamora trying to get it over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm battling back over there, trying to get it away from Guyot. Now that's sent up high. Gia heads it back. Grab, played down by Guyot, but Borsdorf ends up down on the pitch, and that's going to be a free kick for Pioneer. Ball set just on the edge of the attacking third. Beazle ready to get this kicked off. Here comes Beazle with that bounces right into the goal mouth, and Boris grabs it there. Boris heads towards the edge of the 18. Boris looking to her left now. Puts her right foot into it, arcing down towards midfield. Williston plays it down over to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to get away from three defenders, trying to get it over to Zamora. Zamora back there over, battling with Abrea. That ball all the way over onto the far wing. Mercy controlling there, bringing it ahead. Ball all the way back to their defensive pairing. Now lifted all the way back down on the far wing. Wilkins trying to keep it away as that goes out. Linton. That is going to be a throw-in for Pioneer, able to, or no, that's going to be Mercy with the throw-in. Substitutions as Janssen comes back in for Pioneer. Linton with the throw-in on the far touchline. Linton. Moving it back over to Stahalik. Stahalik. Borsdorf trying to pull that away. Ball played down by Reitz. Back, controlled by Wilkins. Wilkins ahead to Janssen. Janssen trying to get through some traffic. Mercy sending ahead. Now Beazle arcs it all the way down the pitch. Rolls back into the defensive third for Mercy. Down on the near touchline and out. That'll be a throw-in. As Gaia quickly moves it with the throw-in over to Cervena. Cervena. Now Wilhelm gets it over to Williston. Williston over to McDaniel. Back to Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to avoid pressure back there by Goen. Controlled Wilhelm. Gets that ball away. Wilhelm again steals it. Gets it ahead to Borsdorf. Borsdorf back behind the defense. Borsdorf with a shot. That grab by Boris. So that ball kind of wouldn't settle down for Borsdorf, and it took her an extra second to kind of get it under control. And gave the defense time to come back and put pressure. That was offside anyway, so the ball set back to kick. 22 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the first. That ball back into the defensive third for Pioneer. Daly arcs it down the pitch. Headed back. Now Templeton races back as that's back into the defensive third for Mercy. Moved over and out the near touchline. Williston grabs it. Deep in the middle third. Williston has it. Arcs it into the attacking third. Back over. Borsdorf trying to get it. Borsdorf into the near corner. Borsdorf back there battling with Gahn. That will go out. Throw in for Pioneer. Over to Williston. Williston back as that's arced into the 18 and offside. That is going to be Mercy ball. Still scoreless. 21 minutes, 25 seconds left to go here in the first. Guyot. Deep her own defensive third on the near wing. She rainbows it down the pitch and out the near touchline. That will be right into the stands, and Williston with a quick throw in. Pioneer ball. McDaniel trying to pull that away from Guyot. Guyot moves it. Williston tracks it down into the middle third. Moves it over to Gia. Gia over to Beazle. Beazle trying to avoid pressure back there is Goen. Trying to make it difficult. That ball all the way out the far touchline. It's going to be a throw-in over there by Mercy.
Number 13, Leah Greaves.
As Greaves comes in.
Bryn Reichert.
And Reichert comes in as well for Mercy. Ball over off of Finelli over on that far touchline. Throwing for Janssen Borsdorf. Back over as Fortini back in for Pioneer as well. Fortini trying to get to it. Beazle back. They'll go out the far touchline. Janssen with the throw-in. Janssen trying to get it over to Fortini. That out. But off of Mercy. Janssen again with another throw-in on the far touchline. Borsdorf with it, but that's stolen away. Coming up with it is Abrea. Abrea dribbling, trying to get through traffic into the attacking third. Knocked down by Gia. Gia trying to send it the other direction. Fortini trying to pull that away. Now good job by Janssen to knock that back, but fired right back in. Williston has in their own defensive third. Williston gets it. Janssen chips it right over midfield. Knocked down. Guyot trying to feed it ahead. Over onto the near wing. Controlled there by Mercy is coming over. Reichert with it. Reichert trying to get it through traffic. Chipped over there by Goen. Right back. Goen feeds it over onto the far touchline. Racing back. Finelli can't quite get to it before it goes out the far touchline. Janssen over with the throw-in. 19 minutes left to go here in the first half. Scoreless. Mercy has it in the attacking third. Trying to move it ahead over there. Going with it. Knocked back, control, good job by Wilhelm, but that deflected right back into the 18. Daly grabs it up there. Daly comes out towards the edge of the 18. Daly kicks it away. Knocked right back there by Abrea. Boys, Beazle trying to get it over, and that shot just wide. As a mistake, gave it over to Goen right on the far wing, and that shot just drifted wide to the near post.
Now in for Mercy, number 26, Jacqueline Levasseur.
So Levasseur in for Mercy. Daly set. Daly quickly over to Gia. Gia trying to get through traffic over to McDaniel. That's stolen away by Guyot. Guyot comes over onto the near wing. Guyot shoots it into the 18. Daly grabs it there. Daly comes out to the edge of the 18. Moves it ahead. Battle for it is Borsdorf over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm over to Williston. Williston up the near side of the pitch. Williston over to McDaniel. McDaniel gets it over midfield. Back to Borsdorf. Borsdorf over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to get it to Templeton. That knocked away is getting in the way of it. Was gone. Ball chipped high over for Finelli. Finelli leaves it back over for West. West up the far touchline. Over to Finelli. Back to West. Right towards center. As that's sent back deep and out the far touchline. Janssen with the throw in just on the Pioneer side of midfield. Oh, no, that's going to be a substitution. Marion in. And Shemke. Throw in Borsdorf over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm pops it up high. Played down, moved over. Wilkins trying to fire it ahead, still battling that off of Wilkins. Wilkins makes it. Ooh, she goes down hard on the pitch. As that's coming the other direction as she got her feet tangled. Coming the other direction, that fed all the way back deep. Shemke chips it up high. That will go out the far touchline. Greaves with the throw-in. 16 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the first. We've actually lost. It was 84 degrees at the start of the game. We've dropped 4 degrees as a lot of wind came through. Borsdorf trying to move it ahead. I'm sure most of the fans don't mind that little drop in temperatures. It's skied up high. Back over, launched up. Good job by Shemke to move it over, and that will go out the near touchline. That'll be a free kick. Set up, 15:40 left to go here in the first. Beazle. Back to kick it away, Beazle. Gets some room to work, puts her right foot into a low line drive kick. That knocked away. Here comes Mercy the other direction, is bringing it at is Reichart. Reichart down the near wing. Reichart into the attacking third as Borsdorf gets over to provide some big pressure. Now trying to knock it away. Williston has it up the near touchline. Over to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to get through traffic. That knocked out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in. Williston wasting no time as we hit the 15-minute mark. Headed back to Williston by Wilhelm. Ahead, now that popped up by Linton. Bounces, that gets past. Rates played down. Now Templeton trying to get that away from West. West feeds it right over midfield. Racing down on the far wing. Greaves with it. Greaves out the far touchline. There'll be a throw-in for Mercy. As that's played down, trying to get it over there. Levasseur. That's sent all the way deep. Beazle trying to get to it, and that will go right out the end line. Is Mika in for Mercy. Ball moved over to Beazle. Beazle over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf. That'll go right out the far touchline. Mercy puts it in as Rates with it. Ahead on the edge of the attacking third. Now sent back right to midfield. Controlled, chipped ahead. Trying to get to it. Levasseur is 14. He ends up down on the pitch. That will be a free kick for Pioneer. Ball rolled in as Shemke brings it back. Gets the ball set about 6 yards into the middle third. Shemke gets about 5 yards to work. Shemke arches it down the pitch. That moved over, played down, trying to turn on it. Templeton pulled away. Now Mercy starts their counterattack up the other direction. Tipped over by Rates. Down on that far touchline as that ball out the far touchline, right at the Pioneer bench.
Substitution, number 21, Addison Sermon for Mercy. Number 9, Sophia
So Cervena in. Ortega in for Pioneer. Down the far touchline. That knocked away, bringing it ahead. Here comes Mercy, moving over to Tobar. Tobar gets it into the attacking third. Levasseur sends it back. Now Stahalik had it blocked by Borsdorf. Borsdorf sends it all the way down onto the far wing as here comes Wilkins. Wilkins trying to get around back over there, trying to battle with Greaves. Launched all the way into the 18 and grabbed on the run by Boris. Boris quickly kicks it the other direction down into the middle third. As Marion did a good job to move it over. Pioneer as Wilhelm sends it in just a little out of the reach of McDaniel, and that goes out the end line. That'll be a goal kick. 11:40 left to go before halftime. Ball set at the edge of the 6 for Boris. Boris arcs it ahead into the middle third, bounces down. Battle for it by Cervena. Back Cervena, knocked away by Shemke. Now coming up, that's sent into the attacking third. Beazle has it. Beazle moves it into the 18. Now Daly quickly ahead. Played down. Fortini trying to challenge. Fortini trying to get it away from Mika. That down onto the far touchline. Excellent job by Fortini. That goes right off of Greaves. That will be a throw-in for Pioneer. Ortega back there with the throw-in. Ortega launches it. Wilhelm trying to get to it. That's sent right back out the far touchline. Ortega again with the throw-in, just on the Pioneer side of midfield. Ortega played off of Templeton. Wilhelm trying to get through traffic. Wilhelm and Levasseur battling. Now Borsdorf gets it back over to Marion. Marion brings it ahead. Marion trying to get it over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf trying to keep that in possession. Borsdorf, big battle back there with Gaughan. Gaughan gets it back into the middle third. Played down over there by Tobar. Tobar moves it ahead. Is that ball down on the far wing, still racing ahead with it. Fired in, and that just goes wide to the near side. As Mika took it all the way down, Beazle trying to mark her well, as also down on that far wing was Ortega. And again, a good shot, but that just went a touch wide to the near side. Under 10 minutes left to go here. Abraha in. Fyan in for Pioneer. Over to Beazle. Beazle feeds it ahead to Borsdorf. Borsdorf on the far side of the pitch. Borsdorf brings it into the middle third. Here comes Marion. Marion trying to get away. Gets it over to Williston, or over to McDaniel on the near touchline. Back to Marion. Marion over to Shemke. Shemke gets it over to Fortini. Fortini heads up the pitch. Fortini down towards the near touchline. Fortini gets it into the attacking third, trying to feed it ahead to McDaniel. That's sent out the near touchline. There'll be a throw-in for Pioneer. Marion with the throw-in. Marion over to Borsdorf. That out the near touchline. 9 minutes left to go here before halftime. That'll be a throw-in by Linton. Substitutions as West goes out.
Number 15, Audrey Guyot.
Guyot comes back in for Mercy. Headed down. Good job by Fyan. Played down by Marion. Marion trying to get to a Tobar. Knocks it down towards middle. Levasseur sends it all the way down onto the far touchline and out. Ortega with the throw in there. Ortega. Now here comes Burke in. Burke will give Templeton a breather. As we approach the 8-minute mark here in the first half, Ortega with the throw-in on the far touchline. Played down, now moved over, grabbed as Borsdorf trying to turn on it. Borsdorf works her way through traffic. Borsdorf trying to feed it ahead. That all the way back and along the end line and sent out the far touchline. That will be a throw-in for Pioneer. Ortega grabs it on the far touchline deep in the attacking third for Pioneer. Ortega arcs it down the end line. Burke trying to get to it. Guyot pops it up high. Into the far corner, played down and out. There'll be a throw-in for Pioneer again as Ortega moves over to take it. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in a scoreless first. Ortega gets it into the 18, played down off the body. Lavasura trying to fire it ahead. Now Marion has it. Marion feeds it over onto the far wing. Ortega trying to get to it. Now here comes Mercy with numbers as pulling it ahead. And fed all the way down by Mika. Down onto the far wing. Tobar coming down the far touchline. Tobar trying to make her way into the 18, and that fired out the far touchline by Wilkins. Now a throw in for Mercy. Trying to get it over into Mika as there was a challenge there, and that's going to be a free kick and a definite place of menace for Mercy. It's Mika back to kick it away. 6:23 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far, but a good opportunity for the Mercy Marlins here. Here comes the kick. Low line drive by Mika. Deflected and in. I believe that was number 26, Lavasur, who put it in. So number 26, Lavasur put it in. And at 6:05. Lavasur. So 1-0. A 2 in for Mercy. Ball over to Ortega. Pioneer down by a goal. That deflected out the far touchline. Ortega with it there. 5:50 left to go before halftime. 1-0. Mercy with the lead. Battle forward as Burke trying to get to it. Is that tipped out the far touchline by Mika? Throw in by Ortega. Ortega launches it down, grabbed and arced all the way down the pitch. Here comes Burke. Burke trying to get to it. Burke plays it down. Burke looking for the cross. Burke fires it and just misses to the near side of the near post. Good opportunity, but sailed just a touch on Burke, and that will be a goal kick. $5:10 left to go here before halftime. Boris sends it down the pitch. Headed up by Fortini. Fortini trying to grab it onto the near wing. Fortini back over to Marion. Marion arcs it forward. Played down by Guyot. Headed up by Fortini. Whistle, and that is going to be a free kick for Pioneer. Over on the near side of the middle third. As they get a new ball. Marion will move it over. Shemke to take this kick. 4:30 left to go here in the first. 1-0. Mercy with the lead. Shemke gets about 5 yards to work with. Raises her right hand. Shemke sends it down the pitch. Knocked down Fortini. Arcs it into the 18, and Boris grabs it. Boris walks calmly out to the edge of the 18 as we approach 4 minutes left to go here. In the first, 1-0. Mercy with the lead. That ball over midfield comes into the attacking third. Played down. Ortega with it, trying to get it away from Edo. Played down over Rates with it. Rates trying to feed it ahead. Still battling back there with Edo. Goes out the far touchline. That will be a throw-in for Ortega. Ortega arcs it in. Down. Burke trying to get to it. Burke races towards midfield. Burke. Good job to get it away. Burke still battling. Burke back there with Rates, and Burke ends up down on the pitch. As that is going to be a kick for Ann Arbor. Fortini will get it set just shy of midfield. 3:10 left to go. Moved over onto the near wing for Marion. Marion chips it right back over to over to Beazle. Beazle launches it ahead. That knocked down as Fortini trying to move it over to Ortega. Ortega chips it up high. Down, that headed over by Abraha. Moved right over midfield. Coming, Burke trying to get to it, but Gaia feeds it down the pitch before she can. And ball over onto the near wing, picked up by Linton. Linton feeds it all the way down into the 18 and calmly grabbed by Daly as she heads to the edge of the 18. 2:27 left to go. And headed back over by Abraha. Down by Marion, chipped over. Trying to get to it. And will go out the far touchline. Wilkins quickly gets it in, trying to get it to Burke. Down on the far touchline. Ortega trying to get to it. There's a whistle. That's going to be a free kick for Marion. Or Mercy, excuse me. That's going to be a free kick for Mercy. 1 minute 56 seconds left to go. As that bounces on the edge of the 18, popped up by Beazle. Headed down, coming ahead with it, then launched ahead all the way back, racing to try and get to it is Burke. That sent out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in. As racing ahead, Marion has it. Marion on the near touchline. 1 minute 25 seconds left to go here in the first half. Fortini moves it over onto the far side of the pitch. Wilkins trying to get to it. Now Ortega pops it up high. Now coming over, Fortini heads it into the 18. Here comes Burke! But that is going to be offside. 1 minute 5 seconds left to go.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Boris brings it out to the spot of the offside. 50 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0. Mercy with the lead. Boris taking her time. Now puts it down on the far wing. That will go out the far touchline. 35 seconds left to go here. Quick throw in by Pioneer. Trying to get ahead to Burke. Burke battling with Gaia. That goes down. Burke looking for a cross. Burke with the cross. And that grab plucked up by Boris. 22 seconds left to go. Boris walks to the edge of the 18. Boris, again, taking her time with 15 seconds left to go. Boris skies it. That hits right at midfield, headed by Marion. Quickly ahead, played down. Now, Borisdorf trying to put it, edge of the 18. Burke with a shot, and that will do it. So Mercy takes the 1-0 lead into halftime. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA as you are watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Soccer, the final regular season game here. Brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
The love of the game draws us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the Health and Safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
right, as we've hit triple zeros here on the halftime clock. Everyone gathered around on the far side of the pitch. We've dropped another 2 degrees in temperature as we went through halftime. So definitely a colder front coming in. Again, we're hoping that most of the dark clouds blew away. So it looks like on the radar we should be good, knock on wood, to keep going. So Mercy now heads out onto the pitch. Pioneer going the other way. So Pioneer going from left to right here in this, the second half. 1-0 Mercy with the lead. Final regular season game here for Pioneer. They will be in playoff action on Wednesday, 5:30 versus Huron. Check that out on the NFHS network. Ball set right at midfield. Zetto ready to kick it away. 40 minutes up on the clock here in the second. Waiting for the official to say we're ready to rock and roll. Now here we go. That ball moved over onto the far wing. Now back to the defense. Flipped over as Gaia trying to put it away. Williston trying to get to that. She ends up down on the pitch. That's going to be a throw-in for Pioneer. Williston launches it down the far touchline. That out to the far touchline. Last touch there by Cervena. Throw-in again by Williston. Williston arcs it. That headed by Burke down the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Mercy, as grabbing it over there. Guyot trying to move it over to Cervena. Cervena. And out again. Guyot with the throw-in down the far touchline. Pioneer down 1-0 to Mercy. That's grabbed, headed up by Gia. Gia back over to Beazle. Beazle pops it up high. That goes out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in again here for Mercy. As looks like Cervena. Or no, Guyot with the throw-in. Moved over. Now Zamora chips it back. Williston feeds it all the way down over to Burke. Burke dispossessed there. Moving it ahead over to Abra. Abra knocked down. Fired over by Tobar. Down and out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in. Williston over there. Throw-in for Pioneer. Pioneer down by a goal. Played down by Gaia, trying to get centered. Janssen trying to move it, now coming over Linton with it. Linton there and grab, played down, grabbed by Daly. But the ball bobbled, couldn't hang on to it. And that put in, as the goal looks like that was by Linton for Mercy. So Linton puts it in, and it is now 2-0. Mercy with the lead. So Burke's going to get things started off for Pioneer. Pioneer now has a bit of a taller hill to climb to get this game level. Bringing it ahead, that moved over. Borisdorf puts it down on the near touchline over to Wilkins. Wilkins brings it ahead into the attacking third. Wilkins trying to turn on it, beats it. Borisdorf, that knocked away, and that'll go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Pioneer. So I got the ball. Yeah, looks like that will be Janssen with the throw-in. Deep in the attacking third, gets that over, tipped. Janssen puts it up high, and that'll go out the near touchline. Janssen sent to Borisdorf, trying to get back to Janssen, but then out the near touchline. Played down by Janssen, now grabbed by Borisdorf. Borisdorf gets it over to McDaniel into the 18, grabbed by Boris, as Boris brings it out to the edge of the 18. Approaching the 37-minute mark, 2-0. A goal in the first and a goal at the beginning of the second puts Mercy in a good position. There's a cross. Knocked away. Good job by Beazle to kick it all the way down right into the middle third. Racing over. Burke trying to get to it. Tipped down over onto the near wing. Linton with it. Linton arcs it. Now Beazle sends it down, and that will go out the near touchline. As Linton with the throw in, as that is going to be a whistle. A free kick here for Mercy, just on the edge of the attacking third. West gets back near the gate, waits for everyone to get set. Dangerous place for a free kick as West arcs it down on the edge of the 18, and Daly will let that go. That'll be a goal kick as that goes out the end line. So that ball will come out for the goal kick. Well set on the 6, over to Gia. Gia up the far side of the pitch. Gia trying to move it ahead. That grab by Williston. Williston trying to get it to McDaniel. That goes out the far touchline as Guyot will have the throw-in on the far touchline. Guyot arcs it ahead. Played down. Now over to McDaniel. Trying to pull it back over there. Tobar. Right on the edge of the 18, sent over to Jan Sane, and a whistle. That is going to be all for Pioneer as Jan Sane. That's going to be a free kick as Beazle will have it. Moving it over to Gia. Gia up the far side of the pitch, trying to avoid pressure, gets it to Wilhelm. Wilhelm coming up the far wing. Wilhelm launches it, knocked right back. Controlled as coming over onto the near wing is gone. That popped up high by Wilkins, headed up. Wilhelm trying to get to it. Racing back, Guyot. That will go all the way down and out the end line. Goal kick for Boris. .34-20 left to go here in the second, 2-0. Mercy with the lead. Pioneer would love to make something happen to cut into that lead. Mercy would love to just keep the juggernaut going here. Boris back for the goal kick. And lower line drive kick down the far wing as that's sent all the way back by Cervena. Out the far touchline, Williston with it there. Williston. And knocked down. Burke trying to get to it. Burke uses her body, moves it over. Burke trying to dribble through traffic. Knocked down. Trying to go the other direction here is Abra. Down over. One touched over by Addo. And that will go out the far touchline. Williston with it for the throw-in. Williston. Sent back. And that will go out the far touchline again. Gia tried to fire it, but that went off of a Mercy player. Headed up now towards center. Pulled back away by Wilhelm. Grabbed by Abraha. And trying to move it over. Abraha launches it all the way back into the 18. Grabbed by Daly. Daly over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf up the near side of the pitch over to Janssen. Janssen trying to move it back to Borsdorf. And sent over to Wilkins. Wilkins. And it will be out the near touchline. Throw in by Janssen. Janssen over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf. And it's going to be a whistle. A little shove in the back there by Bra. Ball set for Beazle. Pioneer down by 2 goals, 2-0. Beazle. Right foot into it. Played down. Now Janssen has it. Janssen back over to Gia. Gia Trying to move it forward. Zamora tips it. Burke gets it back over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to avoid a pressure by a pair of defenders. Now Wilhelm gets it over to Williston. Williston up the far side of the pitch. Williston moves it over, gets it back. Williston chips it into the 18. Williston on the edge of the 18 trying to get to it as Guyot sends it out the far touchline. Pioneer with the throw in deep in the attacking third. Williston over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to get that back to Williston. That sends all the way back out into the middle third. Beazle feeds it right back as that's tipped up by Borsdorf, played down by Abra. Now Zamora trying to move it back over to Beazle. Beazle trying to avoid pressure, gets it to Daly in the 18. Daly over to Gia. Gia ahead to Borsdorf. Borsdorf into the middle third. Borsdorf. That brought over as here comes ahead to Burke. Burke on the edge of the 18. Burke as there's a slide tackle that knocks it back away. Battle for it as that will go out the end line. Good job battling hard. Turns into a goal kick here for Mercy. 30 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here in the second. Pioneer down 2-0 to Mercy. Boris, the keeper, gets back. Now kicks it ahead. Ball laid down, Janssen with it, moved over onto the near wing, pulled away. As here comes Braha. As that into the stands. Quick throw in by Mercy, wasting no time. That'll go out the near touchline. Another throw in as Linton to throw in on the near touchline in the attacking third. Linton sends it down the near touchline as Gia trying to knock it away. Coming deep over is Cervena across the top of the 18. Looking to turn on it over there is Greaves. Battle for it. Borsdorf had it. Now that gets sent all the way back into the middle third. Burke pops it up. Burke racing ahead. Burke coming ahead with it. Burke feeds it all the way down into the 18, racing to try and get to it. And oh, that grabbed as Wilkins put in every ounce of energy she had to get down there, but not before Boris could get her hands on the ball. Really great idea, just a touch further than Wilkins could get to. Gia moves it down onto the far wing. Wilhelm trying to get it back over to Williston. Williston has it on the far touchline. Williston, that will be a whistle, and that's going to be Mercy with the kick. .29 minutes left to go here in the second. 2-0, Mercy with the lead. Guyot sends it into the attacking third, headed by Beazle all the way down. Now go out the far touchline, throw in there by Mercy. Guyot with it again on that far touchline. Guyot. Gia trying to get it away from Edo. Now here comes Williston, and that will go out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Pioneer.
Now for substitution, number 4, Emerson Marion. Number 14,
Fortinia Marion in for Pioneer. Thrown in on the far wing. Burke trying to get to it. That will go out. Kick by Gia all the way just over midfield. Wilhelm heads it. That right back to the center line. Chipped over, trying to get to it is Tobar. Now rocketed over by Fortini. Over to Wilkins. Wilkins on the near side of the attacking third. Wilkins heads it down the near side of the pitch. Wilkins sends it towards the end line. Wilkins trying to get to it first to turn on it. Wilkins with a cross. And oh, just not able to get that in time. Racing over. It's Burke. Goal kick by Boris. Boris sends it towards the near side. Stolen away. Here comes Borsdorf. Borsdorf can't get through traffic. Knocked away. Now Feeding it ahead is Mika. Knocked away. Good job by Marion. Marion chips it over. Here comes Borsdorf. Borsdorf looking to turn on it. That knocked out, and that will be a throw-in for Pioneer. Marion will have it. Marion gets it set for the throw-in. Marion. And tipped and popped up high. All the way back into the middle third. As that will go out the near touchline. Pioneer with the ball. Beazle gets it over to Marion. Marion with the throw-in on the near touchline. Gets it over to Fortini. Knocked away. Sent the other direction down by Mercy. Popped over by Beazle. Trying to work her way through Tobar. That is going to be a free kick here for Mercy, all the way already up to 0. So we're at the 25-minute, 50-second mark. Abraha. Sends it, grab by Daly. Excellent work by Daly there. Calm, cool, and collected in traffic. Over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf feeds it all the way up the pitch. Knocked down there by West. West trying to bring it the other direction. West gets into the attacking third. Moved over to Mika Mika. Brings it up the near touch line. That poked by Marion out the near touch line, but that will be a throw-in for Mercy. Getting deep in the attacking third. Linton with it. Well, Pioneer splits the doubleheader in baseball. Huron beat them 3-2 in the first game. Pioneer beat Huron 3-2 in the second game in baseball. And all from Huron, knocked by Gia. Headed over, down. Linton trying to get to it now. Wilhelm gets it back into the middle third. Played down on the far wing. Wilhelm moves it back over to Gia. Gia arcs it down the far side of the pitch. Templeton racing over to try and get to it. Played down there by West. West sends it over onto the near wing. Abraha takes it back towards midfield now. Up the near wing. That fed ahead by West. Knocked down. As Mika trying to get to it. Deflected. Now Gia just tips it over. Williston gets it back. Now Gia launches it. Sent right back into the attacking third. Gathered up by Mika Mika. Ahead, Fortini tries to get in front of her. Now Abraha back, providing some pressure. Borsdorf, and they get tangled up. This is going to be a free kick and an absolute place of menace here. Almost 10 yards inside the attacking third. Rates back. 2-0, Mercy with the lead. And an opportunity here is that off the woodwork over to the far side. And that's launched, knocked down, out in front, still in the 18. Battle for it as that's chipped over. Now rocketed all the way back. That ball, Pioneer looking for a counterattack. Ball coming over onto the near wing. Wouldn't settle down for Wilkins. Wilkins getting a nice dribble. Wilkins feeds it all the way back as that will roll into the 18, and Boris will grab it there before Templeton can provide pressure. 22 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in the second. 2-0. Ball bounces over. Marion racing to get it. Now Beazle. Little stumble there, but Beazle races back, and that will go out the near touchline. Pioneer with the throw-in as Marion will have it on the near touchline. Marion lifts it ahead. Played down by Wilhelm. Wilhelm back over and launched by Fortini. Tipped back by Mercy. Right on and out the near touchline. Marion again with another throw-in. Just over midfield. Marion Lofts it. Wilkins trying to move it back over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm back over to Marion, trying to keep it in the near touchline. Couldn't quite do it. That will be Mercy's ball. Linton with the throw in on the near touchline. Reichert back in for Mercy, giving Cervena a breather. All played down, gathered. Abraha dribbles right to midfield. Abraha heads back up the pitch, moving it back over to West. West up the near touchline. That out the near touchline. That'll be a throw in by Mercy right at midfield. Linton trying to get to Abraha. Good job by Fortini. Kicked over onto the near wing. Wilkins battling a pair of Mercy players. Wilkins comes out the other side with it. That blasted, deflected off of Wilkins, and that chipped up towards us. That thing made it almost all the way to the press box. And you guys know I am I have no level of gracefulness. That's why I'm on the microphone and not playing the games. Marion with the throw in. Marion gets it over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm dribbles to her right. Wilhelm, good move. Trying to get to Wilkins, and that just out of her reach out the end line. That will be a goal kick. As the moon now out right up above the field goal post over on the right-hand side here at Hallway Field. Boris back. 2-0. Mercy with the lead. Again, a low line drive kick right to midfield, sent all the way back into the defensive third as it's a foot race, and Daly doing a good job to just send it down the pitch and out the far touchline. As we are halfway through the second half, Mercy still with the 2-0 lead. That arced into the defensive third for Pioneer. Launched all the way down, racing over. Good job. Fantastic work back there by Williston to not allow them to get the cross. That's going to be a corner kick for Mercy. It's Mika over there to kick it away as she gets set for the corner. Mika raises her left hand, arcs it over, headed in, knocked down, chipped out. Good job by Wilkins, and then launched. I believe that was Wilson who put it all the way down the far touchline, trying to keep it in. Gubini trying to keep it in, couldn't. That's going to go out off of Mercy, though. Quick throw in by Williston, launched the other direction. Williston with it, that goes out. Another throw in for Pioneer. Wilson arches it. Burke heads it up towards midfield. Templeton trying to head it over, but that goes out. That'll be a throw in by Guyot for Mercy. That's fed all the way back. Played down by Beazle. Beazle gets it back into the 18 for Daly. Daly up ahead, knocked down. Good job to move it over by Gubini. Stolen away by Mika. And launched into the 18. Great job by Daly to grab it. Daly heads out to the edge of the 18. Arcs it all the way down. That headed back the other direction by Mercy. Fortini gets it over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf trying to pull that away. Borsdorf knocks that away from a Mercy player. Battle for it. And still trying to get to it. And pulled back over by Mika. And will be out the near. That will be a free kick here for Mercy as West has it. Ball just over midfield. West arcs it down the pitch. Headed up back there. Over onto the near wing. Knocked down there by Linton. Popped up high by Beazle. Now Abraha gets it. And that grab by Daly. As a player for Mercy right in her face. Daly did a good job. Stay calm, cool, and collected and pick that up. Now Williston knocks it down. The pitch grabbed by Wilhelm. Wilhelm trying to move it ahead. Racing Burke is... And out the far. Burke still battling now. Thought he heard a whistle. Apparently not. Burke on that far touchline. Still trying to get to it is Guyot, holding it down the far touchline. Now that's sent towards midfield. Popped up high. Over onto the far wing with it is Reichert. And out the far touchline. Throw in by Mercy. All the way back, headed over. Williston, a couple of opportunities with it. Now Gubini over. As Fortini was battling with Abraha. And it's going to turn into a free kick for Mercy. Just on the edge of the attacking third. Guyot to take the kick. Guyot raises her right hand. Arcs it in. Grab by Daly. Daly heads out to the edge of the 18. Daly. Again, rainbows it down the pitch. Fortini trying to get to it. Now Templeton trying to move it over to the near wing. Racing back to try and get it. Borsdorf now that launched forward by Marion. As Templeton trying to get it. Wilkins down onto the near wing. Turning and blasting it back was Linton. All the way back into the defensive third for Pioneer. Beazle has it there. Pressure coming. Ahead. And that will go out the near touchline. Marion trying to hold it in but couldn't quite do it. 15 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the second. 2-0 is the lead by Mercy. Throw in by Linton. Now trying to get it ahead west. Pulled is Stahalik with it. Pioneer with the player ending up down on the pitch. Popping up, that was Wilkins. Beazle with the free kick here. She'll roll it over to Williston. Williston just over midfield. Williston into the attacking third. Putting it down into the far corner. That pulled over, coming in. Shot and just high for Burke. She was trying to time it on the bounce of the ball and just lofted a little bit on her. Levasseur in. Zamora in for Pioneer. 23. McDaniel in for Pioneer. 14:20 left to go here in the second. 2-0. Mercy with the lead. Goal kick coming for Boris. Lay down, grab by Wilhelm. Williston able to hold it in the far touchline. Williston gets it over. Ball on the far touchline. Fired ahead by Reichert. Go out the far touchline. Williston again with the throw-in. Headed up by Burke. Now Wilhelm trying to get to it. Played back over by McDaniel. Burke gets it over to Borsdorf, feeding it. Racing down. McDaniel trying to get the cross. And that grab by Boris. Boris comes out to the edge of the 18. 13:30 left to go here in the second. And ball rolls all the way out the far touchline. Williston with it there. Ball played back to West on defense. West gets it right over midfield. Is that coming over, trying to poke it ahead to Linton. Linton, that out the near touchline. Quick throw in by Marion. Played down. McDaniel lofting it ahead. Now Burke racing over to it. Burke pokes it as that'll bounce into the 18. Burke trying to get to it, but Boris grabs it before she can. Boris on the 18. 12:35 left to go here. Ball moved over to Marion. Marion trying to get it away as battle back there. Grabbed by Wilkins. Wilkins pops it ahead. Now Borsdorf feeds it. McDaniel trying to get to it, but Mercy got to it first. Now rolling back, coming ahead with it. Mika getting to it. Good job by Daly to kick it away. Back into the midfield area, and that will go out the near touchline. 12 minutes left to go here. The ball over, trying to head it up. Was Wilkins. Now Wilhelm has it. Wilhelm moves it over. Gubini right over center. That pulled away by Guyot. Guyot the other direction. Guyot back into the Pioneer defensive third. Beazle trying to get in the way. And good job by Daly to grab it on the run. 11:30 left to go here in the second. 2-0. Mercy with the lead. Borisdorf right on the near touchline. Rockets it back. And will roll into the 18. Boris will grab it there. Boris sends it down the pitch. Knocked down by Levasseur. Trying to move it over. Gubini trying to pull that away. Now that fed ahead. And that is offside. Pioneer with the ball. 10:55 left to go here in the second. Down by 2. Beazle moves it quickly over to Borisdorf. Borisdorf over the center line. Borisdorf comes over onto the near wing. Now coming ahead with it, Marion. Wilkins trying to get it back over to Marion. Stolen away. Back over to Beazle. Beazle pops it up. Racing over. Burke with the head. Burke heads it back. Now Wilhelm sending it into the far corner. Burke with it. Burke trying to pull away as she's bodied to the pitch. Popping up. Now grabbed on that far touchline. Trying to work it over into the far corner. There's a cross. And in. That's a goal by Pioneer. Pioneer goal at 10-11 as they cut into the lead. Wilhelm gets the goal, and now it's 2-1 Pioneer, 1 goal away from getting it level with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left to go here in the second. As Goin moves it back over onto the near wing. Trying to move it over is Tobar. Tobar has that knocked away as, launched the other direction by West, as that is going to be offside. 9:50 left to go here. 2-1, Beazle moves it over, trying to get Fortini. Play back, Gubini has it right at midfield. Gubini over to Borisdorf, but that pulled away as Stahalik trying to go the other direction. Now poked by Marion, right to midfield. Wilhelm trying to get to it. Williston with it on the far wing. Williston battling back there. Gubini trying to knock that back as that goes out the far touchline. Throwing on the far touchline by Mercy. Headed down by Williston, but that goes out the far touchline again. That'll be a throw in by Guyot. Guyot quickly gets it in. Levasseur down on that far wing, pulled away. Fortini ahead. Here comes Borisdorf. Borisdorf into the middle third. Borisdorf rockets it. Here comes Wilkins. Wilkins down on the near side of the pitch. Wilkins trying to get around the defense, but good defensive play as that's sent back. I believe that was West who had the fantastic play there. Gubini over to Fortini. Fortini trying to get right over midfield. That back over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm feeds it all the way ahead. That's going to go down into the far corner. Burke trying to get to it, but first, Boris has it. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. 2-1. Pioneer down by a goal to Mercy. Boris, the Mercy keeper, sends it aloft. Bounces all the way down onto the far side. Knocked down and out. No, almost out on the far touchline. Gubini with it. Gubini just in the middle third. Gubini trying to work her way down the pitch. Levasseur sends it over. Now that chipped. Here comes a cross. Grabbed. Abraha moves it over. Tobar with it. Good job by Marion to knock it away. Marion sends it towards midfield. The ball corralled there. Moved ahead to Abraha. Abraha. Arc sit. Laid down by Williston. Williston pops it ahead. Now volleyed the other direction. And just over. Marion trying to get to it over onto the near wing as Tobar goes across the top of the 18. And that will go out the end line. That will be a goal kick for Pioneer. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Substitutions coming in. Daly gets it over. Borsdorf feeds it ahead. Gubini over. And played down by West. West has it on the edge of the defensive third. Moves it over. Played down on the near touchline. Trying to get ahead is Tobar. Now Marion back, and that's launched ahead by Borsdorf. Headed up. Wilkins trying to move it back over. Racing ahead with it. McDaniel. That's sent out the nearest touchline. That'll be Pioneer with the throw-in. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Marion with the throw-in. In the attacking third. Over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf chips it over as Burke trying to turn on it. Burke, as that comes over to Williston. Williston grabs it, and that will go held in the far touchline now. Sent all the way back towards midfield. Gubini has it there. Gubini trying to get it over to Fortini. Fortini stolen away. Abraha has it. Now Gubini back over to Fortini. Fortini over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm into the attacking third. Wilhelm over. Burke is dispossessed as that's sent out by Gaughan out the far touchline. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Williston on the far touchline. Williston trying to move it in. Burke plays it down. Burke battling back there. Trying to get it away from Cervena. Now Gubini moves it back over. Fortini makes a nifty move. Fires it, and that will go just wide to the near side. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in the second. 2-1. Mercy with the lead. Pioneer trying to get that game level.
Number 6, Madison Linton.
Linton back in.
Number 9, Bryn Mika.
As Mika back in as well. 5 minutes left to go here. In the second half, that ball all the way back into the defensive third. Williston trying to get to it, sends it into the 18. Daly arcs it forward into the middle third. Abraha heads it right back. Over Gubini trying to move it over to Wilhelm. Wilhelm sends it on the far side of the pitch, picked up there as Burke moves it back over to Williston. Williston moves it ahead down that far touchline, and Guyot. And goes out the far touchline. Guyot with the throw in there. Guyot moves it down. Williston gets it. Williston. And out the far touchline. That's going to stay Mercy ball. Guyot with the throw in. Headed by Williston. Again out the far touchline. As we approach the 4-minute mark here. 4 minutes left. Again, headed back towards midfield. Grabbed and fired all the way down into the defensive third. McDaniel racing back, trying to get to it. Boris has it. Just on the edge of the 18, Boris plucks that up. Bounces over. Beazle trying to get to it. Tips it right out the far touchline. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here. Pioneer down by 1. Mercy has it in the attacking third. Gaia with it on the far touchline. Popped up over, headed by Beazle out the far touchline. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. Gaia with it again on the far touchline with the throw-in. Battle forward, Abraha trying to turn on it. Oh, as that is Beazle. I believe she got the ball, but the ball then right into Abraha. As Abraha down. So again, it's contact made with the ball, but immediately right into Abraha, and we are pleased that she is not injured. She gets up, gets a warm round of applause. Good sportsmanship by both of these squads as she pops up. Two minutes, 55 seconds. They're going to drop the ball. Grabbed in the 18 by Daly. Daly feeds it down. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the second. Burke trying to get to it. Now McDaniel then knocked the other direction. Williston moves it ahead. Over to Gubini. Gubini now played down by West. West arcs it all the way back. Racing over to get it is Daly. Daly plucks that up in the 18. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Daly again kicks it down into the middle third. Bounces right over the center line, headed down by McDaniel over to Borsdorf. Borsdorf trying to feed it ahead. McDaniel tips it. Played down over on that far wing, deflected back. Grabbed over by Borsdorf. Borsdorf ahead. Here comes Marion. Marion into the attacking third. Marion makes a nifty move. Marion arcs it, trying to get it into the 18. That played back over and sent by Mercy right back to the center line. Played knocked away from Beazle. Now Marion sends it. Daly plucks it up as we're under 2 minutes left to go. Fortini trying to bring it ahead. Fortini trying to work her way through as Braha has it and then moves it over, and that is going to be a yellow card. As a yellow card to Abraha. As I believe it was that motion where once it was stopped, she kicked it away. Stahalik in for Mercy. Beazle moves it ahead. Pioneer down by 1 minute 45 seconds left to go here in the second. Williston battling at the edge of the attacking third. Down poked at by Gubini. Here comes McDaniel. McDaniel fires it and ties the game. Goal by McDaniel, and it's all knotted up at 2 apiece with 1 minute 34 seconds left to go here in the second half. What a good play. Great equalizer, and McDaniel calmly didn't rush it, took her time, fired it in, got past an excellent keeper, Boris, and we're all tied up.
McDaniel ties it up at 2.
1 minute 33 seconds left to go. That ball moved over. Stahalik trying to move it ahead. Stolen away by Wilhelm. Wilhelm getting through traffic. Wilhelm trying to fire it. Here comes Burke. Burke all the way down on the edge of the 18. Burke trying to move it over, and that out the end line. That is going to be a corner kick. Wilhelm trying to get it set. 1 minute 9 seconds left here. All knotted up at 2 apiece. The game is level. Wilhelm arcs it over. Played down as now Gubini has it. Gubini. Ball wouldn't settle down for her. Battle for it. Marion trying to get it back. That lifted back over. Now popped up on the edge of the defensive third. As playing over there Tobar with it. Tobar just sends it out the far touchline with 40 seconds left to go. Wilhelm with the quick throw in. Popped up high, moved over on that far touchline. Now sent into the 18 as that's poked by Wilkins, and a diving save by Boris to keep the game level. 20 seconds left to go. 2-goal comeback for Pioneer to get the game tied up. 12 seconds left to go. Pioneer hoping for a mistake here from Mercy. And launched all the way down, headed up over onto the far wing. 5 seconds left to go. 3 seconds, that goes out the far touchline. And that will do it. Pioneer gets themselves a draw as they battle back to get the game level. And the final contest ends in a 2-2 draw for Pioneer Women's Soccer. Final contest of the regular season. They will be here on Wednesday, 5:30 to battle Huron in a playoff game. That game will be on the NFHS network. We will not be on the call. as we'll be over at Concordia. So thank you very much for my cameraman, James Wiseman. My name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And we'll be back on Wednesday with the AFC and Arbor game.